You wouldn't get the way I live, 'cause I get lost in.
Okay, next topic up. We're talking a little bit about, what do you know about Xbox?
I know that it is made by a company called Microsoft. and
Microsoft.
Their head of the Xbox division, his name is Phil Spencer.
Well, Phil Spencer says there's not enough Xbox in your TV.
Yeah, what?
There ain't enough Xbox in your TV.
In the TV?
In the TV. He wants to put a little of his Xbox in your TV.
Ooh.
Because according to GameSpot, Xbox is going to be built into TVs. And if you don't feel like buying another TV, that's okay. That's okay. We're still going to put some Xbox in your TV because
Oh, it's going to be an app?
Xbox branded streaming devices are announced as well.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. Just like your Chromecast, your Roku, your Fire Stick, your Apple TV, your Walmart On Stick.
Do they have an on stick?
Yeah, for $25. They have a Walmart.
Did not know there was an
streaming.
on
it just
stick.
came out.
I wonder if there's like a TLC stick then.
There probably is. They got streaming sticks. That's the new hotness.
TLCs are good TVs.
Well, Microsoft is going to put a little of their Xbox in the TLC. And it's going to be interesting, man.
That sounds interesting. So it was interesting back when they picked up. Who did they buy? Gaikai?
Mm-hmm.
No, that was Sony. I don't remember who. Microsoft bought a company for all this cloud service streaming stuff because everybody thought it was the future.
xCloud and...
Well, xCloud was their internal name, hence the X.
Game Pass. Game Pass is the hotness right now.
Game Pass is. I don't own a Microsoft console. I envy them for Game Pass.
Well, I mean, you have a PC. You can just do Game Pass on that. It's exactly the same.
But I don't know. Just having it on the Xbox and just being able to be like, yeah, this is really cool. I want Nintendo and Sony to straight up rip it off.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, so... if they straight up rip it off, there won't be any more consoles. And this is kind of one thing that I was thinking about going because, look, Xbox, every single Xbox game, except for like a couple that nobody cares about, can be played on a PC. And a lot of the ones that most people care about are going to be on Game Pass. So why do you even need an Xbox Series X unless you want, I mean, at this point, with them building it into TVs and getting those streaming devices, the argument for a console, because I posted this on Reddit, I saw that the Best Buy around me had some Xbox Series S's, and I was like...
S or X?
S.
Okay.
So I was like, well, is there a reason to pick up an Xbox? I have a PC. So I was starting to looking into the exclusives, and essentially is none if you have a PC. And the biggest argument was, well, sometimes I just want a controller and a couch for my big screen TV, and I thought, okay, sure.
Yeah.
I don't have a big screen TV, so I don't care.
I think a large argument, which is the same thing we've been having the argument about Stadia. Data caps are a thing. They are a thing. Maybe not for us, but for when you start getting out west.
Yeah.
They cap them at I think it's 100 gigs a month or 100 terabytes a month. I don't know what it is. I'm sure every plan is different, but the idea that you're like, I can buy this system for this much, or pay my internet service provider, aka Comcast. And a lot of people just also like having. I personally would rather just have the system.
Sure.
I've done the streaming thing. It's not there yet.
Even though if you already had a PC that could play all the games, would you still get an Xbox? That's my thing. That's where I'm stuck.
I don't know. I'm gonna be real. I was raised a console gamer. PC gaming still has a lot of jankiness to it that I have a hard time getting over.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, how?
It's just button configurations are always kind of whack. You have to configure all your stuff.
If you use an Xbox controller, it's all the same.
Yes, for Xbox in particular, but just choosing to game on a PC in general, it's a lot of because of the variation.
$600 worth of inconvenience.
Maybe, honestly.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hot take.
Plus, my PC, it's a big boy. It is it's the extra large case. If I wanted to sit down on the couch and play a game with her, I'm not going to chug that thing downstairs.
Sure.
That sucks.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Then that's the thing. That's where it goes right back to. Couch gaming on the TV.
Yeah.
But now Xbox, they're undercutting themselves. They're saying, well, let's just go ahead and put it in the TV. So now I'm thinking, okay, barring data caps, barring that, assuming if you have good internet, why even buy an Xbox at that point?
This sort of feature set, this streaming, data farm, whatever thing, is undoubtedly the future.
Oh, yeah.
Like, once we get to where everyone has fiber and everything's even better
5G
than fiber.
and fiber everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not going to be any point most people are going to be using Chromebooks and streaming devices.
Yeah.
And it'll be very, very, unless you're a content creator, I can say in 10 years, unless you're actually making things with your devices, you won't see anything other than, you won't see any massive 2 terabyte hard drives in anybody's computers. You won't see, big gaming towers.
Right.
It'll be Chromebooks and Rokus and Apple TVs and Microsoft, whatever they decide to call it, X dongle.
X home.
The little X key or whatever they're gonna call it.
I mean,
he even says here, the idea is you'll be able to play Xbox games with no additional hardware except for a controller.
That's nice.
I mean, so
I just with the use case of Google Stadia, I know your big thing was that Stadia just did not have the games.
well, they didn't have the exclusive. They had the games, but you could get the games everywhere else.
Yeah,
on a console.
cheaper. Yeah. But
I mean,
Microsoft,
I played Cyberpunk on Stadia because I couldn't afford I didn't have a gaming PC at the time when it was released, and PlayStations are still just like they don't exist.
But okay, so for me, yes, the gaming library is important. I personally don't care too much about exclusivity. I think it's probably bad.
Well, the thing it's not about you caring about exclusivity. It's about like, okay, Cyberpunk or Stadia has this game. Why do I care? I can just get the same game on my PlayStation.
Yeah.
Well,
it's because
developers
Stadia
care about
is
exclusivity
inherently
because it got
inferior.
Huh?
Stadia is inherently inferior.
Yeah, because there's no reason to choose Stadia over something else unless you're like somebody who lives in an area with good internet but can't afford an actual console. If you have just an iPad and that's all you have, or a 5-year-old laptop. Like I have a friend in Brazil who streams, and I'm pretty sure I talked about this before, but he does game streaming, AAA games, but he does NVIDIA GeForce Now because he can't afford an actual console. And he can't afford a gaming PC, so he just does that. And he's got over 1,000 Twitch followers. So that's nice.
Let me ask you this. Do you believe that Microsoft is going to have a better time with this than Google did?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Absolutely. Because you can't play Halo on Stadia.
Yeah, Halo, Gears of War, Forza.
You've got the Microsoft exclusives. They've already been having success with Game Pass.
They could probably get a bunch of those sports game people, too.
They're going to build it. They'll build it in every single Windows computer that comes out.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Like, I just got this Windows
ecosystem.
computer today. I hit the start menu, and already I'm seeing, Xbox, Microsoft, Game Pass. It's like, okay, it's already right there. Why not? I mean, and I know a lot of people buy Chromebooks, but I don't think they just throw Stadia in your face whenever you open up your Chromebook.
Yeah, well, Stadia's been having a lot of problems. I think their entire creative team and their their head developer just we're like,
Yeah, it's gonna die.
How long till I blow up and everybody show love? How long until I'm laughing at my critics like told ya? How long till I grow up? Stop drinking till I throw up? How long until the devil come to collect on what I sold him? What actually happens when you drown genius in acid? What would my baby mama say if I make $1 million off this rapping? What would the friends I made in the Navy say if they heard CS2 snapping? What would the man inside the mirror say if he ever caught me?